Hello, good evening, and welcome to Bukola Oriola Periscopes. Thank you for joining. My name is Bukola Oriola, and I would like to thank all my replay viewers for replaying these videos. And I will also thank you for joining. I will also like to thank all of you that join me on my scopes, and I will also like to thank my web viewers. So today I'm going to be talking about labor trafficking, and it's about the goods you use, the food you eat, the clothes you wear. Do you know that some of these products are products made by children who are forced to work, or products made by people who are forced to work? There is a report that came out from the Bureau of International Labor Affairs. So right now, the United States government is clamping down on countries and companies using forced labor to produce their products. And some of these products are products that we use every day, food we eat every day, including blueberries, rice, clothes, shoes, cotton, including gems too, diamonds, all kinds of stuff that people are forced to work with, to produce by force. They are produced by forced labor. And the sad part of it is that they are produced by children. I have the report, and I will be glad to share this link with you guys. It's going to also be on my website, bukolaoriola.com. Okay, let me start by introducing myself. My name is Bukola Oriola, and welcome to my Periscope broadcast. I'm a speaker, I'm an author, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a mentor, and I'm an advocate for victims and survivors of human trafficking and domestic violence. So literally, I do help victims of domestic violence and victims of human trafficking. Regardless of where you may be, you can contact me, and I will be glad to help you through my non-profit organization called the Anything Story, or to refer you to other services that are available depending on what your needs are as a victim or a survivor of human trafficking and domestic violence. Thank you for joining. I see 2 people. Please, could you tell me where you are joining from, because I'm going to be listing these countries. But before I go into that, I want to give you a quick definition about labor trafficking. And funny enough, I did a Periscope broadcast a couple of days ago specifically on labor trafficking. And I didn't know this report was going to be published today. I found the report on Facebook through the Department of Homeland Security Blue Campaign. If you haven't heard about this agency, it's a federal government agency, Department of Homeland Security Blue Campaign. So Blue Campaign focuses on issues surrounding human trafficking in the United States. Thank you all for joining. Please, can you say where you are joining from in the United States and other parts of the world? And they share a lot of information. They also do a lot of education and awareness. So Blue Campaign of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. So a quick definition of what labor trafficking is. So labor trafficking, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, is the recruitment, harboring, transportation, provision, or obtaining of a person for labor or services through the use of fraud, force, or coercion for the purpose of subjection to involuntary servitude, peonage, debt, bondage, or slavery. And today I got this information through the Department of Homeland Security Blue Campaign on the list of goods produced by child labor or forced labor around the world. And I was looking at the list, And guess what? There were 73 countries around the world that were listed, in the report where children are used for forced labor. And this was a report also published by the Bureau of International Labor Affairs. So, excuse me, if you Google the Bureau of International Labor Affairs, their acronym is ILAB. The acronym doesn't go with the title of the organization, but anyhow, their acronym is ILAB, 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 and you can Google search reports on child labor, list of goods. And I'm looking at their website right now, and this is a report that they publish every other year. So every 2 years, there will be a new report. So the last one was 2014 that they published this. So anyhow, the interesting thing is that they said that the most common agricultural goods listed that are produced by child labor or forced labor are cotton, sugarcane, coffee. So my people that like coffee and my people that like sugarcane or sugarcane sugar, we understand that sugarcane sugar is the healthy kind of sugar, is the best kind of sugar to use or to eat. Think about it. When you are buying all this healthy food, think about where that food is coming from or who is producing that food you are eating. If you have a kid in the house, that food you are eating might have been produced by a kid like your child in the house or a kid younger than your child in the house. So this is really important for every one of us to engage in this fight against human trafficking of all forms, forced labor, child labor. And continuing on the coffee, so on the list rather. So, coffee, I'm not really a coffee person. I love the scent of coffee. Oh my goodness. I love the scent of coffee, but coffee doesn't like me because it's kind of give me belly ache. But I do know that, a lot of people love coffee. But do you know who is actually producing your coffee? Some of these coffees are being produced by children who are supposed to be in school. Thank you all for joining. If you can type in, can you type where you are joining from? Thank you so much. And then another product, cattle. Oh, I love meat. I love me some meat. See? Some of these meats are being produced by children and they are being produced by forced labor. Another one is rice. Of course, I love rice. And of course, where I grew up, rice is the staple food. Rice is one of the staple food. Rice is, in fact, even right here, I eat rice a lot. My son eats rice a lot. But when we are thinking about those making this food, do you know that the food might have been made by a child? A child that is supposed to be in school. So please educate your friends, educate your loved ones. Let us all stand up against child labor. Let us all stand together and fight forced labor. And then another is fish. For those of you that love seafood and you love fish, do you know that your fish might have been produced by a child or through forced labor? And another one is cocoa. So we love cocoa beverages. Of course, hot cocoa, you go, to the drive-thru and you get hot cocoa in the morning, or you make hot cocoa for yourself at home. Do you know where your hot cocoa might be coming from? That is something to think about, because that hot cocoa that you are sitting down and you've paid money and are enjoying might have been produced by a child or might have been produced through forced labor. And, continuing this, I want to mention, I don't know if I can mention if I will have the time to mention all the countries, but, I will give it a shot and try. So some of the goods being produced through exploitation are bricks, carpet, coal, flowers, they put in bracket poppies, diamonds, blueberries. Can you imagine? Blueberries. So when blueberries are being harvested, do you know who might be harvesting those blueberries? Children. Blueberries, bricks, and bricks can be so heavy. Bricks, you know, I have worked in a brick making company before. In fact, was it my first job? I think it was my very first job that I took up after you call it high school here. So after secondary school, before I gained admission into college, I went to work with a brick company. So in Nigeria, you know, the brick company, there are big companies and there are small ones, like small business owner brick company. So, you know, and my job basically wasn't to carry bricks, it was just to be the clerk in the office, writing receipts and basically taking orders and writing receipts and counting how many bricks were made, you know, who came to work and those kind of things. That was my closeness to brickwork. Even when I looked at those people doing the brickwork as adults, because while I was working with this small company, they did not have any child working for them. It was all adults, and they were men too. And they got paid daily. So it's a menial job, it's hard labor, and those kind of jobs, they get paid every day. They don't wait to pay at the end of the week. They don't wait to pay at the end of the month. They get their pay per day. So, and I think they also, if I could remember well, that time I was doing that job as the clerk at the brick company. They worked according to how many bricks they could make per day. So depending on how many bricks you could make, that will determine how much you will be paid. So I think that was how they did it. So it was like counting kind of thing, where how many bricks you make is how much you get paid at the end of the day. So it's everyday job. You show up in the morning to work, and when you finish in the evening, like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., you collect your pay and go home and resume the next day if you still want to do the job. So, but I didn't see any kid doing that. But guess what? And it was hard labor. The men were always sweating. You could see that it was intense work that they were doing, making bricks. When they have to load a vehicle, when people come to actually buy the bricks, and they're going to load up a truck to go supply the brick. It's hard labor. And you can imagine using kids to make bricks in Argentina. You know, why? Why will anybody use a kid to do this kind of hard labor? So cutting, okay, I've mentioned Argentina now. So there is on the list, there is even in Afghanistan, they're using child labor and they're using forced labor to make bricks in Afghanistan too. Carpets, Afghanistan, coal, flowers, diamonds. Diamond is Angola. And guess what? Child labor and forced labor for making diamonds. And you know how diamonds are made, where they come from volcanic eruption. And that could be very dangerous and tedious too. Why would they use a kid to go and do that kind of a job? I'm baffled. And then even those of you that love garlic bread, garlic is healthy. They're using, do you know that some of your garlic that you are eating come from the work of child labor? So they're making garlic, garments, grapes, olives. Oh, olive oil. Who doesn't like olive oil? Olive oil is good. Cold pressed olive oil is great. But guess what? Child labor. Strawberries. So your strawberries. Who is making your strawberries? When you are eating the next strawberry, think about where that strawberry is coming from, or who is making that strawberry. Tobacco, you know, tomatoes. Yeah, we eat tomatoes almost every day, or every day we eat tomatoes. Tomatoes, you know, stimulant plant. It's called yerba mate. So it's a stimulant plant made in Argentina. Cotton made in Azerbaijan or something like that. Bangladesh, bidis, hand-rolled cigarettes. And, you know, for those of you who love smoking, these products that I'm mentioning, they are all made by child labor. or forced labor. Dried fish. So those of you that love dry fish, you know, we cook with dry fish all the time, cooking vegetable stew, cooking all different kinds of stew. Think about where those products are coming from and how they are being made. And please join me today to stand against child labor. Footwear, so the shoes we wear, child labor. Furniture, still is hard. Still child labor. Garments, glass, leather, matches, poultry, so your chicken, even salt, shrimp. You know, I talked about seafood. Those of you that love seafood, even including soap in Bangladesh, soap. Textile jute, bananas. I already mentioned sugarcane, cotton, granite, you know, child labor, Brazil nuts and chestnuts, bricks, cattle, even corn. And you know, do you know how many products are being made with corn? There are so many products that are being made with corn. Corn, gold, peanuts, silver, beef, tin, cashews. For those of you that love nuts, ceramics. We want to live in nice buildings. We want to live in nice houses. We want to use ceramic tiles. Think about it, where your ceramic tile is coming from. Charcoal, you know, of course, we prefer charcoal grill than gas grill. So think about where that charcoal is coming from. Cassava, you know. So there are so many food that are being produced from cassava. You know, so many kinds of food being produced from cassava. Cassava, pineapples, rice, sisal, timber, you know, even bamboo. You know, we love bamboo soup or bamboo this, but child labor, you know, think about that. Beans, green beans, soybean, yellow bean, jade, palm thatch, physic nuts, castor beans, you know, so meaning that even castor oil, then rubber, rubies, sesame. So sesame seed, we love sesame seed. So, you know, some other countries, Burma, Cambodia, there is Central African Republic, there is Chad, China, Colombia, Cote d'Ivoire, Democratic Republic of Congo. You know, these are countries where they found child labor, according to the Bureau of International Labor Affairs. So Ecuador, Dominican Republic, Egypt, El Salvador, Ghana, Ethiopia, Guatemala, Guinea, Honduras, India, Indonesia, Iran, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Kenya, you know, Kyrgyz Republic, Lebanon, Lesotho, Madagascar. Even in Madagascar, you know, they use child labor to make stones, sapphires, rubber, diamond, vanilla. And even, you know, countries like Malawi, Malaysia, Mali, Mauritania, Mexico, Nepal, Namibia, Mozambique, Nigeria, Nicaragua, Niger, North Korea, Pakistan, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Philippines, Sierra Leone, Rwanda, Russia, oh my goodness, South Sudan, Suriname, Tanzania, Thailand, Turkey, Uganda, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Vietnam, Yemen, Zambia. I don't know. I think I might have skipped some other country, but there were 73 countries listed where child labor was found in making some of the products that we use. So think about it today. And please start asking questions. Let us start working together to stop child labor. Let us work together to stop labor trafficking of any form, in any way, and in all countries around the world. There were 73 countries listed here, and I'm going to be sharing this on my website, bukolaoriola.com. If you are just joining this club, my name is Bukola Oriola, and I'm a speaker, I'm an author, I'm an advocate, I'm a mentor, I'm an entrepreneur, and I advocate for victims of human trafficking and domestic violence. And today, my Periscope broadcast is focused on labor trafficking. And according to the Trafficking Victim Protection Act published by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, labor trafficking is the recruitment, harboring, transportation, provision, or obtaining of a person for labor or services through the use of force, fraud, or coercion for the purpose of subjection to involuntary servitude, peonage, debt bondage, or slavery. And today I was talking to you about the publication of the Bureau of International Labor Affairs, where 73 countries were listed using child labor and forced labor to produce some of the basic things that we use and some of the food we eat, including the coffee that makes us to feel strong and energized when we are so tired, or to keep us going in the morning, and the rice we eat, in the house, or the cotton we use, or even our clothes, our shoes, the food you love, seafood, fruits, vegetables, nuts. On that list, there was bananas, strawberry, blueberries, sugarcane. We want healthy food, shrimp, fish. Where are those food coming from? Who produced those goods? Those goods might have been produced by children who are supposed to be going to school, or might have been produced through forced labor, where adults are forced to do the job. Sorry for that, a call came in. So, that might have happened because you do not know where your product is coming from. Start checking where your food is coming from, where your product is coming from. All of these countries listed here, and I'm going to be sharing this on my website. If you are not following yet, I hope that you follow. My name is Bukola Oriola, and I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Periscope here, and you can visit me on my website, bukolaoriola.com, and read more about this, because I'm going to be sharing it on my website, and I'm also going to be sharing the link to the Bureau of International Labor Affairs, so that you can get a list of all these countries who use child labor and forced labor to produce the products that we use. I would like to thank you for staying with me this time. I hope to talk to you again. Thank you, and bye-bye.